Ugh. Ugh. What an awesome show. Am I even really surprised? Okay. Hey, everybody, it's Press. And the review is a little late, later than usual. I ended up missing about 40 minutes of the show. I had to pick up Brandon immediately after work. So real late, but we still watched the entire show. So by the time the show ended for us, the show already ended a while back. So everyone's probably doing their reviews, talking about the show. I'm going to give my thoughts about the show. Now, Brandon was going to do a review with me, but Brandon unfortunately has to do work tomorrow morning, so he was unable to. But he wanted me to let you guys know about what he thought about the show and what, in his opinion, was mentioned. And that would be, he gave this show about 9 out of 10. He thought it was an excellent show. He thought it was awesome. And he thought, in his opinion, match tonight was Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. That was his match. With me, returns of match tonight, I have no idea. I have to really go and watch the show. But at this point, it's a cliche. It's come to a point, it's a cliche. It is a cliche to say NXT is good or even awesome at this point. It's just hilarious. It's quite funny that I could come up here and expect to say, wow, this was a great show. This wasn't just a good show, though. This was, I would even say, on par with one of the best NXT Takeover shows, period. I would say it's up there with War Games 2017. I would say it's up there with New Orleans. This, from top to bottom, besides a few mess ups in there, every match was good. I would say actually one match was really good. I thought the opening was great, and then I thought the real match was great, and the main event was awesome, and then the fucking UK match was just stiff as all hell. And so I'm here to do Takeover Review New York or Takeover Brooklyn 5. And I know what everybody's going to say. Well, it's not Takeover Brooklyn 5. And never said, well, let me think here. It took place in Brooklyn in the exact same building, the Barclays Center. So technically, it's a Takeover Brooklyn 5, guys. Okay? Seriously, every takeover, they call it NXT Takeover Phoenix because it was in Phoenix, Arizona. They should name the place of the city. Why just go NXT, New York? They're in Brooklyn, in the Barclays area where the last 4 Brooklyns were. You guys can call it NXT Takeover New York, that's fine. But it's really Takeover Brooklyn 5. It's their WrestleMania, and the show felt like a WrestleMania. But again, that is a nitpick on a title that has nothing to do with the show. The show was fucking awesome. I just want to say this too. I gotta say this right now. I gotta say this too. This show gets automatic 2 stars just for totally bringing back Disturbed, one of my favorite bands, period. One of the greatest rock bands of this modern era, period. And they used a Disturbed song for one of their theme songs. That already gets 2 stars right off the bat. I'm a major Disturbed fan, and I can't stop listening to that song. Are you ready? That song's awesome. So 2 stars are rated for that, for actual music and not this rap crap we get on the main roster like Flow Rider. That being said, though, I want to talk about the show. Let's get on with the matches. So the first match was the War Raiders defending the tag team championships against Ricochet and Aleister Black. I don't like the fact Aleister Black and Ricochet are a tag team. I'm going to just say it right now. They're not a tag team. They'll always be single wrestlers to me. I hope they break up soon. That being said, the match was very good. It was a very good match. It was more of an out of respect type of thing. Near falls, high flying moves. It's pretty much what you expect from these four guys. War Raiders or War Machine, whatever you want to call them. They're powerhouses, but they can fly. They're technical. They're hard hitting. Aleister Black can fly. He's really hard hitting as well. Ricochet's known for being a high flyer. If you know these guys well enough, you know what kind of match you're going to get. And it's exactly what the match we got. It was a fast-paced, hard-hitting, dramatic match. And it was a fun opener. It was a very fun opener. Warriors end up winning, which is kind of what I expected. This means Aleister Black and Ricochet are going to go in the main roster. They already got a SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, so there's that. But I hope they don't win and they get separated because they're too good single. I just don't really buy them as a tag team. It's just two random guys paired together. It doesn't make any sense. I do like the fact that they kept the continuity at least because they're part of Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, so they want to kind of keep them more as a team. So I understand that aspect, but they're just more single stars. I see more singles guys. They've always been singles guys. I just don't buy them as a tag team. They're great, but tag team, no, they have to be single stars in my eyes. But that being said, though, the match was very fun. The crowd was into it, and nothing else to say. I just thought it was a very good opener to start the show off. Let's see. Next match. This, in Brand's opinion, was match of the night. Velveteen Dream defending the North American Championship against Matt Riddle. Velveteen Dream's entrance was pretty cool. Coming up with a Statue of Liberty type of theme to it. The match itself was pretty much what I was kind of expecting from this type of match. The whole story was Matt Riddle was, of course, an MMA bar. He could out-wrestle Velveteen Dream, and that's what he did. He would out-wrestle him, out-strike him, pretty much outclass him every way possible in terms of physical stance, technical standpoint. And every time Velveteen Dream would try to make any ounce of offense, Matt Riddle would be right back on it. And Matt Riddle really proved. Velveteen Dream became an underdog, even though he was a champion. Dream kept on fighting back, but Matt Riddle come back. Even Matt Riddle, he did like a variation of like a spiral tap. It was like he went for a moonsault, but then like halfway through like a spiral tap, and I thought that was pretty cool. Near falls. Matt Riddle pretty much dominated a lot of this match, but it wasn't to the point where I'm like a Lesnar match where it was just uncomfortable to watch. It was still back and forth, but you could tell Matt Riddle slightly dominated a little bit more than usual and got more of the upper hand. It was kind of the match I expected to be. And at the end, Velveteen Dream ended up getting a roll-up win on Matt Riddle, which was honestly a smart way to do it, because if you want to keep Matt Riddle strong to go in the title hunt again, having lose clean, like pain, like by that purple Rainmaker might have hurt him. So they kind of did what they did with Shayna Baszler and Ember Moon, where Ember lost, or Shayna lost by a roll-up. Still kept her strong. Dream retained, which was the right outcome. I'm not going to lie, I probably would have been a little upset that Matt Riddle won. Velveteen Dream needs to hold on to that title. He's earned that title. I want to see him have a good run with it. This match was a lot of fun. It was kind of what I expected. For less than a 20-minute match, the crowd was into it. The crowd loves Velveteen Dream to death, to a point where some of them were actually booing Matt Riddle, which was kind of interesting. That's how over Velveteen Dream was. And keep in mind, I had people telling me Velveteen Dream's going to be a joke. And the minute I saw this guy, I'm like, this guy's going to be a champion. And look where he is now. He's one of the most popular acts on not just NXT, but WWE, period. He's out there with Becky Lynch and Kofi Kingston as one of the hottest stars in the company right now. Regardless if it's Triple H's baby or Vince's baby, he's one of the top stars. He's really grown, and the guy's 23 years old. And that's what's scary. is if this is what Velveteen Dream is going to be like in 23 years, a match was going to be like in 30. He's going to be scary good. He's still got a long ways. He can go for like another 20, maybe even 30 years if he doesn't get injured. This guy can go. Sky's the limit for this guy. So I thought it was a fun match. Exactly what it needed to be. Dream retained, which was great. Next match. Oh, this match. Walter versus Pete Dunne for the NXT United Kingdom Championship. Hang on. Oh, God. I don't know where to begin with this. Strong style. British strong style at its best. I counted at least 13 chops from Walter. All sucked. They did the whole David versus Goliath thing where Walter was the bigger, stronger, more dominant force. But Pete Dunne was the more speedy, grapply type of wrestler. And again, kind of sort of that real thing. Walter kind of dominated a little bit the first part of it, but then Pete Dunne slowly tried to get back into it, done submissions, try to wear down fingers, try and play smart, try and do everything he can. Try to get Walter down and beat him down. Stiff shot, kicks, elbows. It was just. It was, let me put it this way, it wasn't like the fastest quick pace match. It wasn't the most athletically gifted performance ever. But what they did was so, it was so unique. It stood out from the rest. And this is the first time I ever actually watched a Walter match. I kind of watched a few clips, but I never watched a Walter match. So I never really knew much about Walter. So for Guy Walter, the thing that makes him stand out is as a wrestler, he's a pretty basic big guy wrestler. He can do a drop kick, scoop slam, stuff like that. He has a basic moveset. There's nothing flashy about him. But it's the way he strikes you, hits you. He makes an impact with this moveset, and that's what makes him stand out, is how he delivers a move. And that's what makes him so unique. His move style is nothing flashy or nothing impressive. It's the way he uses that maneuver as impact that makes him stand out. And the match, you know, Walter being who he is, and then of course Pete Dunne. We all know who Pete Dunne, how good he is. This was a fun match. It was hard hitting. It was back and forth. It was dramatic. Ending. Walter hit a power bomb off the, I think it was the second or top rope. But it wasn't like he power jerked, like he jumped and then like threw him off. Halfway across the ring, went on the top rope, big body splash, 1, 2, 3. Walter ends the over 600-day reign of Pete Dunne as UK champion. Now with the UK or the WWE Shakeup coming up, which has been announced as an international shakeup, I could see Pete Dunne going to Raw or SmackDown. Personally, I send him over to SmackDown. Come on, Daniel Bryan and Pete Dunne. Seriously, who doesn't want to see that match? That'd be a fun match. So I think it was kind of a way to send Pete Dunne off. Because let's be honest, there's nothing really for Pete Dunne to do at this point on NXT UK brand. He's kind of faced everybody. And it was Walter. He's a new face, a new NXT UK brand. You can fight Dave Mastiff. You can fight Jordan Devlin. You know, he can fight Joe Coffey. There's more new fresh matches for Walter he can fight. Pete Dunne kind of has done everything he could. If he decides to stick around the NXT brand, he can. I won't complain, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went to the main roster. If he does, I would say I send him over to SmackDown. Overall, very fun match, very good, but damn, it was fucking stiff. Really stiff match. Next match was a fatal four-way match for the Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler defending against Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kairi Sane. I would say probably the weakest of the matches, but that's not to say it was a bad match. I thought it was very, very good. Close falls, some impact moves. Really, it was just a basic four-way match that you would see on TV. It was very good. Near falls. At the end, though, Shayna Baszler ended up retaining, which I was actually predicting she was going to lose the championship. I just didn't know who, but I guess Shayna Baszler retained. I don't know what this means. I don't know if she's going to go into the main roster as champion. I don't know if she's going to forfeit the title like Paige did. I don't know what they're going to do with Shayna Baszler, but I think she's main roster ready. But if she's not ready to go main roster yet, I'm trying to figure out who would be the best opponent for Shayna to drop the title to. I mean, you could do Shayna versus Io Shirai one-on-one. You could do it because she's already beaten Kairi Sane. She's already beaten Bianca Belair, but she hasn't beaten Io Shirai one-on-one. So you can maybe build up a match like that. You could do a rematch with her and Tony. You could do a match with her, Tony Storm, but Tony Storm's already champion, so I don't know. That's pretty less likely. You can maybe do her and Mia Yim. Maybe start more of a program with that. Shayna Baszler versus maybe somebody else upcoming. I still would love to see Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler after the story they were telling with her bullying Dakota Kai, injuring her arm. That could be a unique story. Actually, that could be a really good match too. But unfortunately, Dakota Kai's injured. She's recovering right now, so I don't know what they're going to do. But I do believe Shayna Baszler is ready to the main roster. I just don't know if she'll come to the main roster after WrestleMania or when she'll debut. But she's going to debut on the main roster soon, especially with Ronda Rousey reportedly taking time off from WWE after WrestleMania. Why not have Shayna Baszler or Becky Lynch do it? I'm predicting Becky Lynch wins the title or both championships, and then it depends if they unify them or not. Let's just say they don't. You can give up the SmackDown one, stay on Raw. And next big fuse for her is get Shayna Baszler. I mean, Shayna Baszler, Becky Lynch, I think could have an awesome feud if booked properly. So there's that. So overall, Shayna Baszler retains a go. She continues her reign, second reign as champion, and I thought it was a very good, solid match. Main event. First time ever in NXT/WWE. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the vacant NXT Championship. Unfortunately, this match was supposed to be Ciampa Gargano for the NXT Championship, but unfortunately, Ciampa suffered a neck injury and it got worse, so he needs emergency surgery. Unfortunately, he has to forfeit the title. He's expected to be out for at least a year, maybe longer. I hope he gets a speedy recovery because we all miss Ciampa. He was honestly one of the best NXT champions we've had in a while. So we will miss him, and hopefully he can make a speedy recovery. But that being said, though, Gargano and Adam Cole, they start off the match, first 10 minutes, going back and forth. Pretty basic wrestling, slow start, but Cole ended up getting the first victory. 6-7 minutes into the match later, then Gargano gets to the submission win over Cole. And pretty much the last 15, 16 minutes of the match. Oh my God. I have no idea how many times Gargano kicked out a finisher, but I flat out said it felt like almost like an Undertaker Mania match where you honestly thought the streak was over before the whole Lesnar thing, where Taker get hit with so many finishers and you think it's over and he kicked out. He somehow kicked out. And that was the story they were telling Gargano. This was Gargano's chance. This was probably his final opportunity. He wanted his NXT Championship more than anything. He got hit with freaking the last shot, Shining Wizard to the back of the head. A couple of times kicked out. He got hit with the Panama Sunrise, I think they call it. I can't pronounce the first name. So pretty much a Canadian Destroyer, Adam Cole's old finisher on Ring of Honor days. He hit that. Gargano kicked out. He got hit with a fairy tale ending Council finisher on table, and Gargano was able to get back in the ring from a countout before a countout. Undisputed Era got involved. Red Dragon hit their tag finisher on freaking Gargano. He kicked out. Gargano was barely alive. He kept on surviving. It was so nuts. The crowd got electric. The beginning part was like the slow ride, like on the roller coaster. You go, up, and then once it came to the draw part, then that's when he did all the loops and the drops and all that, and it was chaos, and it was fucking fun. It was a great main event. Near falls so many times we thought it was over. There was a lot of reactions. I lost my shit at least 3-4 different times. I legitimately thought the match was over so many times. At that point, though, at the very end, Gargano ends up blocking a Gargano escape and submitting Uncle Gargano. Not only won the NXT Championship for the time, first ever NXT Triple Crown Champion, which means he's held the Tag Team Championships, he's held the North American Championship, and now he finally held the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Emotions run wild. Cancer Ray comes out, his wife, hugs him. They're celebrating the crowd. Looks like the show's about to end, of course, as NXT knows, when they play that little graphic at the bottom, that doesn't mean the show's over. Brandon even says, like, what's going to happen? Something's going to happen. And even Brandon, I got to give credit, Brandon said this, what if Ciampa just appeared and just did a stare up? Well, that kind of happened. Gargano, Cancer Ray on the stage to celebrate. Ciampa neck brace, comes up from behind, looks at Gargano for a second, and then just hugs him. And just smiles and just hugs him. I'd be lying if I didn't get choked up a little bit. I actually did get a little emotional on that part. I'm not going to lie. That actually got to me. And that was such a wonderful moment. Just a happy note to land on for the show. And it just, after the show, I just felt happy. I felt like this was worth my time. I just felt happy. Like, after kind of a long week of work, I'm glad I had this. I'm glad NXT happened. I'm glad I got to watch a show. This was just an awesome show. I loved it. It was just great. The end of it got me to cry, and then the fact they included Disturbed as a theme song, which is awesome. That was pretty much like the icing on the cake. And it was just a great show. And NXT is king. NXT is the king. For anybody who says WWE is the king, you're on drugs. Seriously, you're seriously on drugs. Go watch NXT. This is the real show you need to watch. I encourage anybody that's not even watching NXT, seriously watch NXT. I don't understand why you won't give NXT a chance. Because it's indie wrestling? I hate that term. Just go watch it. It's a fucking amazing show. Seriously. WWE is not the place it used to be. You want proof? Check out some of their talent. They ain't happy. Meanwhile, NXT, they're fine. I just thought it was an awesome show. This is by far one of the better shows they've had. I would say one of the best NXT shows, period. I got nothing else to say. I just was happy about the show. Now, it was a great 9 out of 10. I would say a 9 out of 10. Not everything was about, but I was satisfied. And I loved this show, happy. And I was met with my expectations. And it was just an excellent, fun, heartwarming show that pretty much summarized what wrestling is to me. And I got here. That's what I got. I got an amazing wrestling show, and that's all I want. I just wanted a great show, and that's what I got. With that being said, as for tomorrow, I'm going to watch the G1 Supercard Madison Square Garden. That is the Ring of Honor New Japan show. I'm going to try to get Brandon to come on over, and we're going to try to review it because he couldn't make it today. because he had work. But we're gonna try to review the G1 Supercard tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. If not, I'll do a review on that. So stay tuned. That G1 Supercard review will be happening tomorrow. And in terms of WrestleMania, there will be definitely a review later that night. Whether it's Brand myself or just me by myself, I will do a review on that. So stay tuned for that. And in terms of live reactions, more than likely a live reactions. I'm still kind of thinking about it now, but I think I will do live reactions still. We'll have to wait and see. But guarantee you 2 more reviews coming up, and then 1 possible WrestleMania live reactions. So look forward to that. Out of that, just a fucking awesome show. I loved it. Take care, my peeps. See you guys next time. Can't believe it got disturbed. Can't believe it. That's fucking awesome.